Hello, and welcome to English Podcast with Missy. Here we learn English for real life. Clear, slow, and simple. Let's learn English together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello, my dear friends. It's Missy, and welcome back to our cozy English corner. Today, I want to share a very special story with you. A day in Paris. But this will not just be a short trip. We will walk through the streets, taste the food, visit museums, enjoy the gardens, and even experience Paris at night. And while we enjoy the story, we will also notice how the past perfect tense works. Remember, past perfect is used when something had already happened before another action in the past. For example, I had dreamed about Paris before I visited it. So, are you ready? Let's begin. When I arrived in Paris in the early morning, the sun was rising and the city was waking up. Before I had even left the train station, I had already smelled the warm scent of fresh bread from a bakery nearby. That smell told me, yes, I was in Paris. I decided to walk first. I had planned this walk before my trip, and I had marked the streets on my map. As I walked, I noticed the buildings. Beautiful balconies with flowers, little cafes with chairs outside. I thought about how many people had already sat there drinking coffee, watching the world pass by. Of course, my first goal was the Eiffel Tower. By the time I arrived, many tourists had already gathered. People had taken so many photos, but I wanted mine too. A kind woman asked me, "Would you like me to take a photo for you?" I smiled and said yes. After she had taken the photo, I looked at it. It was exactly what I wanted. I was hungry, so I went to a small café. Before traveling, I had practiced some French phrases just to be polite. I had written them in my notebook. Bonjour, merci, un café, s'il vous plaît. So when the waiter came, I tried my best. He smiled because he knew I had made an effort. I ordered a croissant and a coffee. The croissant was warm, buttery, and soft. I thought, I had never eaten a croissant so delicious before. It was simple, but it felt perfect. After breakfast, I went to the Tuileries garden. It was peaceful. Families had already come with children, artists had already set up their sketchbooks, and people had already taken seats by the fountain. I sat for a while, looking at the statues, the flowers, the sound of birds. I thought to myself, before today, I had only seen Paris in pictures and movies. But now, I was here. At noon, I walked to the Louvre. I had bought my ticket online before the trip, so I didn't have to wait in the long line. That was lucky. When I entered, I felt small in front of the big glass pyramid. Inside, there was so much art, so much history. I wanted to see the Mona Lisa, of course. When I finally reached her room, many tourists had already gathered. She was smaller than I had expected, but her eyes, they were even more mysterious than I had imagined. I also looked at other paintings and statues. I realized that many artists had worked for years, even their whole lives, to create these masterpieces. And now, I had the chance to see them. After the museum, I felt tired but happy. I decided to take a boat ride on the River Seine. Before this trip, I had read that this was one of the best ways to see Paris. And it was true. The boat moved slowly. I saw Notre Dame Cathedral, old bridges, and people sitting by the river. Couples had already brought bottles of wine. Groups of friends had already started picnics. Everyone seemed relaxed, enjoying the moment. I took photos, but I also just sat and watched. I thought about all the history Paris had lived through. The kings, the revolutions, the artists, the writers. In the evening, I was ready for dinner. I had already walked a lot, so I chose a small restaurant near the Latin Quarter. I wanted to try French food I had never eaten before. The menu was long, and I didn't understand everything. But I remembered something. I had promised myself to be brave. So I asked the waiter for a recommendation. He suggested escargot, snails. At first, I was nervous. I had never eaten snails before, but I thought, why not? When the dish arrived, I laughed quietly to myself. It looked unusual. But after I had tried one, I was surprised. It was tasty. It was rich with garlic and butter. I realized I had been afraid for no reason. After dinner, I walked outside. Paris at night is different. The lights are soft, golden, magical. Street musicians had already started playing songs on violins and guitars. Couples danced by the river. I went back to the Eiffel Tower. By the time I arrived, the tower had already begun to sparkle with lights. Everyone around me gasped because it looked like the tower was alive with stars. I took one last photo, but more importantly, I just stood there and watched. At the end of the night, I sat on a bench by the river. I thought about all the things I had done in one day. I had taken photos at the Eiffel Tower. I had tried local food in a cafe and a restaurant. I had visited a museum. I had walked in the gardens. I had taken a boat ride. I had enjoyed the lights at night. And before all of this, I had dreamed about Paris for many years. Now, that dream had come true. In today's story, we use the past perfect to show that one thing happened before another event in the past. Here is the structure. Had plus past participle. Examples from the story. I had dreamed about Paris before I arrived. The waiter smiled because I had tried to speak French. She was smaller than I had expected. By the time I reached the tower, people had already gathered. Thank you for spending this long day in Paris with me. I hope you enjoyed the story, and also noticed how the past perfect tense makes the story richer. It connects one past moment with something that had already happened before. Remember, learning English is like traveling. You collect experiences, you connect them, and you grow. Until next time, keep practicing. Keep dreaming and maybe imagine your own adventure in Paris. What would you have done first? See you soon, my friends.